All right. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. So if it isn't obvious, we're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. So I'll probably start off giving a little bit of a tour of my world. So this is my solo survival world that I've been playing for a little while. I think I've had it for over a year now, but I've been kind of off and on here and there, playing every once in a while. I haven't really been like grinding a whole lot. Recently I've been playing a bit more often, but yeah, I haven't really made a whole lot of progress. I've kind of been taking things fairly slow, but I'll start off with a little tour of the world for you guys. Before we do that though, let me know if the music is at a good audio right now. I turned it up a little bit from last time, so it should be at a good audio level right now. It's good? Okay, cool. Where's the Wither farm? Not quite there yet. Alright. So I'll start off by taking you guys kind of up to the top of this area here. So this is all a big work in progress. Trying not to show too much right now. Where am I? Okay, so we are stationed on a little island. It's like not really a peninsula. I can actually show the map, I think. Where's the button for map? This? Yeah, here we go. So it's kind of on this little island here, just off the coast of like this main continent. It's pretty sizable, but I've only really built on this end here. And thanks for the raid of 1 ooze. I appreciate it. Here's a little village, but I wanted to build on this island because I thought it was pretty cool. My eventual goal is to really just fully cover this island with, you know, cool stuff, make like a big kind of city. But as of now, we just have the main base that I've been working at. So, how do I get out of that? There we go. So, I'll show you guys from here, I guess. So, this is the base. Again, big work in progress. But my kind of vision is to make a giant tree, kind of like a Erd tree inspired, like Elden Ring almost. Maybe not that big, but a fairly big tree. Which is kind of the main base of operations. Down underneath the tree, like you saw, I have some workrooms down there. And then around, obviously, we got some more trees, little garden areas. I want to make this look a little fancier, maybe add like some ponds here and there. And I'll probably extend it as well. Yeah, Deku tree, that'd be kind of cool to make. Maybe. We'll get there, obviously. Still need a lot of wood for that. But this is what we're working with, still making this little part here. And eventually I want to extend this going this way and make a little like small town down here. But this is the main area. And before we go inside the tree, I'll take you guys down to the lower level over here. How you doing, Lahonk? Welcome to the stream. So this is the nether portal. I want to eventually make like a cool like structure or build for the nether portal. I've seen some cool ideas, so maybe I'll take some inspiration from something like that. And then we have down here, which is kind of the lower level of the island. That over there is my like normal house. I initially built the tree house first, but I kind of realized after building it for a while, it was a very kind of big undertaking, and I wasn't gonna finish it for a long time. So I decided, okay, let me start another little house, and I can have it be kind of my starter house for a while I work on the main project. And that's what that house is. Have not finished it yet, obviously, and because I feel like I started it and then kind of stopped and went back to working on the treehouse. But eventually, I would like to make that as like the main kind of home and then this is like going to be the work area, if that makes sense. I've also got, you know, the sugarcane farm. I also built, this was the first thing I built when I got here, this little pier, and as you'll see, it's not lined up with this path, which I'm gonna have to fix. I'm gonna rebuild this whole pier here, make it look a little nicer. Yeah, nice little villa. That's kind of what I'm going for, like an on the water little home. So I'm excited to finish that. And then we got the pier here. Eventually, I want to, when I fix this pier, I want to make it look a little more fancy. And I also want to maybe have it extend a bit further. I might take out this island, little island down there. And I want to build a giant, like, pirate ship kind of docked here. I think that would be really cool. Again, all, like, future endeavors, because there's a lot of ideas I have for this world, a lot of things I'm working on. So we'll get there when we do. I'm definitely not taking things like super quickly. I'm going at my own pace. I haven't even found the stronghold yet. Haven't killed the Ender Dragon. Not at Netherite yet, and that's the biggest thing for me. Is a lot of times when I play a server with friends, you guys know, like, the 2-week phase. It's a common thing, right? Where you'll play for like a couple days, a week, 2 weeks, however long it is, and then out of nowhere the server just dies out. And I think a big reason for that is most people just kind of speedrun through the game, right? Like they make like a small starter house or whatever, and then they just immediately grind for max armor, max weapons, and then just go kill the Ender Dragon and get elytras. And like at that point, you know, it's like, what's the point? You know, you're supposed to, I mean, I understand like going through the game quickly and trying to get to the end game as quickly as possible. But I think there's a lot of kind of fun in taking things slower, letting yourself spend more time on the smaller projects before you really take on the game's end game, right? So that's kind of my outlook on this, taking things slow, because I do kind of see myself, once I finish the Ender Dragon, I might lose some motivation. But I am a builder. I like building, and so I'll probably continue playing a lot longer than when I beat the Ender Dragon, which is that's my end goal. I'd like for this world to be, I guess, like my forever world. I've seen that kind of trend a lot, where a lot of people are making forever worlds. Basically, just a world you can continually play on for the next, you know, 2, 3, 5, 10 years, which would be cool. I'd love to be able to like look back in like 5 years and still be on this world. And I think it'd be cool also be able to, you know, being able to stream to you guys as consistently as possible, so you guys can kind of see that process. So yeah, that's a big thing, is farms. I got some friends that will they'll just build all like the best farms possible and completely trivialize kind of the resource gathering process in the early game, which, I mean, hey, farms are very useful, but again, when people don't have motivation to build, and just getting to the end game is all they care about, speedrunning through it is what, you know, is what kills servers. So coming down from this from the treehouse here, you'll see nothing is really going on the first floor. Same with second floor. Very empty, still work in progress, because the main thing I've been working on is underneath. This is kind of the main base of operations. So we have this kind of lobby room, very much nature-esque. That's kind of what I was going for. This is my cat, Charles. Everyone say hi to Charles. He's the homie. I feel like that'd be single player centered, like a long-term world. Yeah, definitely. I that's kind of the thing I'm going for, is, right, this world is single player, and I kind of want it to be my own personal like forever world. And that's the thing with like servers. Unless it's like a big server, like you said, you know, 2B2T or Hermitcraft or whatever, if it's just like a small thing with friends, those are usually the servers that die out quickly. So Yeah, sorry if I offended you guys for anyone who likes to speedrun through the early game. That's just my take, though. Again, I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me. It's just, personally, this is how I'm taking the game. This is how I'm going with it in my world. I'm taking things slow. But yeah, Charles is the GOAT. Anyways, this is the workroom. I actually was kind of remodeling it from... It looked a little different. It had this leaf ceiling on this part as well. And it was also the same level as this dirt here. I actually raised the floor a little bit so I could redesign the ceiling. Still working on how I want this room to look. I'm not sure if I'm entirely with it. I'd like this kind of center pillar. But yeah, I'm still work in progress for this part. But this is, you know, the workroom. We got the furnaces. We got the enchantment room, which I need to put the enchantment table back down. And then, yeah, the chests. If Charles dies, you're unsubscribing. I will be sure to protect him with my life. I need to move these up as well. But yeah, this is the storage room. I'll come back to... I'll probably work on this during this stream. Then I'll show you guys the farm area next. So this is actually something I just finished, like, yesterday. Why is there a bat in here? All right, we got a pet bat now. But this is the farm. So we have all these stalls here. I haven't filled them all up. I don't have all the crops necessary, but we do have the wheat stall. We got the beetroot. We got the carrots. I still need melon and pumpkin seeds. I'm not even sure if there's enough like crops for this many stalls. I know I can do like netherwort. I'm gonna change the song. Hold on. I don't know what that was. I'm playing a lo-fi Pokemon playlist, but there's been some weird songs that have come up. This one's good though. Yeah, I'm growing beetroot. Why not? I got the room for it. But yeah, beetroot, carrots. I need pumpkins, melons, probably netherwort. I'm not really sure what else I can do. But yeah, we got room. What other growable crops are there? I'm trying to think. I guess cocoa seeds, sugarcane, obviously, and cactus. But I was gonna make like an auto farm for that somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do more wheat or something. But that's this little part here. And then if we come down here, we got level 2. I actually do have a trading hall. I'll show that to you in a bit. But this is level 2. This is the animal area. We got the pigs. We got the cows. We got the sheep. And soon to be chicken. The baby zombie riding a chicken? What would that be called? If you had to like give a name to that, what would that be? But I'm thinking of I might have this be like another room, and this will be the sugarcane and cactus farm, because I know there's some really good like automatic designs for that. So as long as this chunk is loaded, they'll just continuously run, and I'll get infinite sugarcane and cactus. So, moving on from the farms, this room is still a work in progress. I'm really trying to nail down the kind of ceiling design for these rooms. I might go something like this, but I haven't really decided. But this room, which I'm also going to remodel, this is the trading hall. These are the the villagers that I have. I just realized, so I'm on Java. I'm also on Lunar Client. I don't know if you guys couldn't tell. I have some things on my HUD because I'm using Lunar Client. But I just realized that on Java, villagers don't need beds. All you need is the work block. They don't actually need beds, which I put in all of their stalls. And I guess that is just a bedrock thing. So I'll have to fix that at some point. But I got plenty of room for plenty of villagers. Now you'll notice this does go down lower. Please don't judge me on this. All right? But I may have done something a little heinous. All right? These guys are living fine up here. But if we go down here, we will see the breeding area. Oh, where'd they all go? Oh. So this is the breeding zone. I don't know why they're all in the water there. But essentially, they're in their little exhibit, and I can watch them. One of them is sleeping. So, I might have to fix that. Maybe I'll put like a fence around the grass there. But this is essentially just my place so I can breed the villagers. All you need is just 2 villagers to be in in proximity to each other with a bed, and you just give them both, I think, bread. I'm not sure if you can give them any other food, but as long as you just give them food with a bed, they'll make a baby. And also, you're not allowed, you can't actually be like near them. You have to be like far away from them. And I think the glass is like blocking their view though. So I think we can like safely watch, or at least make sure that it happens. Cause you know, like we gotta make sure that they actually, you know, make babies. Can't just leave them to their own devices. You know what I'm saying? What do they do with the loaf? Yeah, they crush it, bro. What are you saying, man? You don't like crushing loaf? So, yeah. This is actually, you know, it has function. This is actually where I breed them. And I want to make like a little minecart system that will lead them maybe around and to the upper level. I'm not sure what else I want to do with this room. But ideally, I could breed them and then throw them on a minecart, and it'll just slot them right into one of these stalls. So I'll probably work on that at some point. But this is what I'm working with right now. All right. Next room. This is the mine. Still, again, work in progress. I would like to make multiple mines. I'd like to make like a quarry. I think a quarry would be cool, but I think I'll make a quarry like somewhere else. But as far as what this room is going to be, this is just going to be like a very aesthetic looking mine. I'll have some like rail carts kind of going around. I might even place around some ores to make it look like a little cave in here. I think that'd be cool. I've used this mine a couple times, but the cave system that this leads down to is pretty much all taken care of. Like I've gotten everything there is. So I definitely need to start. Maybe I'll mine down this way to find somewhere new to mine. But yeah, that is pretty much everything in this main base. But yeah, let's I'll take you guys back up. Hey, what's up? Sorry if I butcher your name. Fisks? I'm gonna say Fisks. Sorry if I butchered that. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks for catching the stream. So and then also down here, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a giant kind of structure. This over there, that's just my mob farm. It's a very basic one. It's not even that efficient. I looked up like a tutorial to make a mob farm on the current version, and it seemed like this is just the basic one from, you know, all the older versions. And the video that I watched, it seemed pretty like efficient, but this one just wasn't very efficient. Like I have to AFK up there for a little while in order to actually get a lot of mobs to spawn. So I gotta make a better mob farm at some point. Shaders are pretty. Yeah, I like these shaders. Unfortunate thing, my computer isn't the strongest. It's a little outdated. I need to update my graphics card, so I can't really run shaders at super high FPS. I don't know if you'll see my frame counter in the top right. Usually it's a average of like 65 to 70, which isn't horrible. Granted, these shaders are pretty. I think these shaders are pretty heavy. Let me check. I think these are complementary. Yeah, complementary. Good shaders. I also really like BSL. Aren't there good mob farms like multiple layers? Yeah. I know there's a lot of good designs, although in my experience, probably the best mob farm that I've used is a piglin farm in the Nether. My friend and I made one in one of his like realms a while back, and it is insane. You basically just sit in this little like pod, and hundreds of piglins all swarm at you because they just keep spawning, and they like get cramped in minecarts and instantly die, and you get all the XP super quickly. You can sit there for like literally 60 seconds and you'll get from 0 to like level like 35. Like, it's crazy. So eventually that'll probably be something I make. But as of now, I think I'm gonna continue trying to fix this room here. See if I can find a design I like. I kind of like the fences here. I think it adds some detail. Do I want this to be on the same level? I'm thinking maybe we'll drop down here. I think that'll look good. What's up, Blur? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Let's do that. I'm doing good. Doing good. Actually, you know what? Let's just do stairs all across here. I think that'll be better. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do this. Do I want to move this layer up a little bit? Maybe. Because I do like this design with the glowstone behind the leaves. Just not sure how I want this to look. Let's start with the ground. Oh, come on, I'm not that silly. Let's be real here. Oh, by the way, so probably within the next couple streams here, to kind of coincide with a future video, which I'm sure you'll be able to gather what this video will be based on after I am finished telling you this, but probably within the next couple streams later, maybe this weekend or next week, we are going to be doing a Elden Ring boss tier list. We'll be doing that for the kind of main part of the stream. We're going to be doing, I'm pretty sure, every boss. I'll be doing it with my friend, also fellow creator, Mannequin Tears. And we're gonna be doing every single boss on stream tier list, and it'll be obviously on the VODs channel, but also I'm going to edit it down into an actual normal video for the second channel. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. Because I got a lot to say about some of the bosses in Elden Ring. And if you guys enjoy it, maybe we'll do more. Maybe we'll do one for like every Souls game. Of course, I gotta actually finish Dark Souls 2 and 3 first. I gotta get to that. I'll probably be streaming Sekiro pretty soon as well. Because the only Souls games I have not played are Sekiro, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. And my goal is to have them all done within the next like couple months. So my plan is after Skyrim, I'll probably be streaming Sekiro. You're gonna play Elden Ring, but you're too immersed. Hypixel, I'd be down. Yeah, maybe this weekend. Maybe we can get a couple people together and we'll do some Bed Wars. That'd be fun. All right, what am I doing here? What if we... Okay, what if... Because I want to have the stairs here come across like this. Because that fits with that part, but it looks kind of weird here. So what if we do this? Should we raise it? I'm gonna raise it up and see how that looks. You got banned? What, from Elden Ring? Oh, you're talking about Hypixel? I feel like I've heard of a lot of people that get banned from Hypixel. Like, do they just have a banning problem? Do they ban for, like, stupid reasons? I need another shear. Your account got hacked at some point? Dang. That sucks, man. I'm trying to think. I feel like I got banned from a server one time because like my Java account is fairly old. I've had this account since like 2014, I think. I actually I'm an Xbox veteran when it comes to Minecraft. My first Minecraft that I owned was a Xbox 360 edition. But I did end up getting Java fairly shortly after. And I remember I gave my account to a friend, my Java account to a friend, so he could, I don't know, I guess he didn't own an account and he wanted to play. So I let him borrow it, and then I think when I got it back, I found out I was banned on I think it was Hypixel, or it was one of like those big minigame servers. But thankfully, it wasn't a permanent ban. It was like a temp ban. And I wonder if it was just because like it detected like multiple IPs on the account or something. I have no clue. One of your Skyblock co-op partners could have reported you? Huh. That's a messed up Skyblock partner, bro. I don't know. Now that I'm seeing this, maybe we just do the this same design above here as well. I'm not sure. got banned from downloading mods? Dang. Dang. Alright, man. Have a good night, Horizon. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, how do I want to do this? Let's just see how it looks with this design, because I do kind of like this. So I just want to see. So it's gonna be stone brick first. Let's make some more. Let's also clear out my inventory. I got a lot of stuff in here. Minecraft brings out the worst in people. Yep. I feel like we've all had that experience, like playing on like the family laptop, trying to install like mods or something, and you accidentally get like the worst virus possible or something. I remember when I was little, I was on the family laptop, and I think I was trying to download like a game or something, and I guess the drive that I was trying to install it on was out of space, and I was like maybe 7, 8 at the time. I don't even remember. But I was like, okay, I need to make more space. Somehow, for some reason, I fully wipe an entire drive, which had all these important like documents, videos, pictures, all this stuff that my parents had on the computer. Completely wiped off of it. They were very, very angry with me. And it's funny because like being a kid, growing up with technology like that, dude, I was so arrogant. I was always saying like, "Oh man, I know technology so much better than you guys." And then of course I pull that. We'll get it back. Dude, that laptop is long gone. Probably in some dump somewhere. I don't know. Alright, let's see. That's annoying. Let's just use the blacks. Yeah, we didn't have any backups, unfortunately. Oh. Alright, let's see. Do I have wood? I do. Okay, I think that looks decent. And then let's see how the slabs look going around. It looks kind of weird. I don't know how I like that. disk drive things for storage. Well, like an SSD. I've been wanting to get a NAS or an NAS. Basically, it's like this external port that can hold a bunch of drives. And it basically is good for like mass storage. The drives aren't particularly fast, but you can just hold like tons and tons of terabytes worth of storage, which is really good for like you know, recording and video editing and stuff like that, because obviously you need a lot of storage for that kind of stuff. A NAS, yeah, that's something I eventually want to invest in, because especially if you're recording in high quality, gameplay and just any kind of recording can take up a lot of space. So eventually I want to get that. Yeah, that's another thing. Games are getting huge. Like, I have a good amount of storage on my computer, but I still don't have enough to actually have all my games installed. Especially because, like, most games are pretty big, but there's a couple that are just enormous. Like Call of Duty, Call of Duty. I mean, it's just insane how big games are. What if we... I don't like this. Do I have more of these? No, I'm all out. Yeah, that's the nice thing about indie games, is they're nice and small most of the time. Okay, I know I like this pillar, and I like the kind of the wood going across. Let's see. Ever played Nine Souls? No. I've heard it's amazing. I actually, back when it was like first announced, I saw it and watched the trailer, and it looked amazing, and I wanted to play it, and I was waiting for it to come out, but I haven't played it yet. No. I think that'd be a fun game to stream though. Probably play it at some point. Yeah, the art looks amazing. I feel like since Hollow Knight, right, like there's been a lot of indie games that have tried to kind of copy that same style. And for the most part, a lot of them have been kind of lame. Like, I see a lot of them, and I'm like, okay, what makes this different from Hollow Knight? But Nine Souls looks really great. Like, you can tell that it's kind of inspired by Hollow Knight with, like, the hand-drawn 2D aesthetic. But it still stands out, and it has its a very own, like, distinct style. So looks pretty good. I really can't decide how I want this. You know what? I'm thinking we come back to this later. I'll let it stew. We'll work on something else for now. So let me put everything away and we'll find something else to work on. Oh, is there parrying in that game? That's something that was interesting about Hollow Knight is there's parrying in Hollow Knight, but it's really weird how it works and you never like really do it on purpose. It's kind of something that just happens by chance and you're like, "Oh, I parried. Nice." You know? It was kind of weird. Never played Sekiro, but it's a 2D version of that. Ah. See, I'm yet to play Sekiro as well, but I know a good amount about it, and all I've heard is just how like amazing the combat is, and it's like super parry centric. You know, it's like a very much a dance in and of its own, not in the way that like Dark Souls is like a dance where like you learn the moveset and you dodge a lot. In Sekiro, it's a lot of parrying, a lot of like perfect timing, which is similar to dodging obviously, but it just the way it plays, I guess, is a lot more faster paced, a lot more intense. Yeah, I feel like it kind of goes with most combat centric games, especially like with melee combat. Obviously, if it feels like a dance, like I think you're doing it right. You know, if you get into this flow of combat, you're doing it right. I'm gonna need more leaves actually. Let me fill in. I think I have some glowstone to fill in over here, and then we'll go get more leaves. Oh no, I actually finished it. Okay. Let me see how many leaves I have. If I don't have enough, we'll go out and get more. And while we're at it, we'll also just get some more oak wood, because I know I'm gonna need a lot more wood. Yeah, not enough. Let's make some more shears. Yeah, I'm kind of going for a very like classic Minecraft feel. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to use the lanterns so much, but I really like the way they look. Because I really like the classic just like stone, brick, wood, and glowstone. But the lanterns look really nice, so I think I might keep those. But yeah, I'm going for a very like nature-y feel, kind of mixed with the underground stone. So, oh yeah, the shaders definitely go a long way. Yeah, I was also kind of unsure if I wanted to use the deep slate or not, because those are also very like new blocks. And again, I wanted to go for like a very classic Minecraft feel, but I think it worked out. I think it looks really nice. It's a good contrast to the wood. Do it, man. I've always loved the kind of treehouse aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be a good builder. Like, that's the thing. I think these days, especially with like how many blocks there are, there's a little bit more pressure to like make something that looks good. At least like in the eyes of everyone else. But I think it's like totally fine to just kind of make what you want. If you like it, that's all that matters. You know, you shouldn't be pressured into making like this crazy massive base that has all this detail, you know? Yeah, I agree that having less blocks, like especially back in like the alpha days, right? There's barely any room for like super complex builds, so it kind of made everything look really similar. Which, yes, it was limiting, but yeah, it made things, it made any build look good in a way. Yeah, it really just depends on your preference. You know, do you like the modern version with a lot of building options, or does that kind of intimidate you, and do you want to kind of keep things a little more simple? Because I do think because there's so much like there's so many options, there is that kind of pressure to like use those options, use what the game offers to make something cool. But like, dude, there's something about those like classic cobblestone and wood builds that just so charming, you know? I gotta get rid of all these floating trees. Yeah, there's some really cool new builds, but also it's like when you see an like an alpha build that's also just insanely cool looking, you're like, they they were able to do that with like just those like 3 blocks. Like it's really cool seeing some really sick builds in alpha. Maybe not even in alpha alone, just like earlier versions of Minecraft, like 1.0. Because it can be hard to make something that looks like super detailed with such a limited block palette. But yeah, there are some sick modern builds. I've noticed something over the years. People have slowly started to do it more and more, and you'll see it a lot in like really complex builds. Are the use of like gradients. People will use like different shades of blocks of colors to make it like kind of from afar look like the colors, you know, a slow gradient, which looks super cool. It's obviously a lot harder to do in survival because you got to be very meticulous about each block placement, but still very cool. Yeah, the Notch Mountain. You remember the Herobrine Mansion? I remember seeing like Let's Plays of that like adventure map. I was like, dude, that blew me away as a kid. That stuff was just so cool to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Hypixel thing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure recently I saw like a playthrough of it. Like a nostalgic playthrough of the classic Herobrine's Mansion. I used to watch a lot of Captain Sparkles back in the day. I remember watching him play that. Can these cows move? Popular MMOs. I actually never watched them. Same with like Dan TDM. I know like a lot of people were into them. The only Minecraft YouTubers that I actually like watched back in the day was Captain Sparkles, a little bit of Etho here and there, not too much though. Not really Sky Does Minecraft. I mainly knew Sky for his like parodies. I'm trying to think of who else. A little bit of Stampy, I think. But it was pretty much mostly just Captain Sparkles. Nope, not Sunday. I do recall watching a Let's Play that Captain Sparkles did with Sunday, but I never actually watched Sunday like alone. Didn't watch any Minecraft YouTubers? Dude, you missed out. Honestly, like that era of my life, like first playing Minecraft, watching all these Minecraft YouTubers, like this was like the boom of the game. Like when it took over the world, right? Like that time was so nostalgic for me. I remember like sitting at like my my table with like the family laptop, just binging like Minecraft parodies. I was so enthralled with like Fallen Kingdom and stuff like that. Oh man, those are the days. Pocket Edition? I remember like really wanting Pocket Edition because I thought it was really cool, but never played it. I was the Xbox Minecrafter. Funnily enough, my first gamer tag on Xbox was Extreme Crafter. I literally got my Xbox so I could play Minecraft. Yeah, that was my OG name, Extreme Crafter. How do I want to do this? Abandoned Minecraft servers? That'd be kind of cool. Not a bad idea. I feel like it's a pretty common trend though on YouTube. Exploring abandoned servers or exploring dead games. Which is, I mean, they're always cool to watch, but it's a little overdone, you know. God's Gamer 111. Now that is a gamer tag. Okay, but here's the thing though. It wasn't just Extreme Crafter. It was Extreme. All caps. That was my first Xbox gamer tag. Yeah, the content is cool though. It is really fascinating to see those kinds of games or servers. Yep. I'm pretty sure it was either 2010 or like 2011. I don't know. When did Minecraft come out for the Xbox 360? Was that 2012? It would have been around there. I don't recall. Let's see. $2012? Okay. Because it was like, I'm pretty sure it was late 2012, which is when I got my Xbox. So yeah, that would have been when I made that gamer tag. It's not quite 2010, but yeah. I was pretty late to the Xbox game now that I think about it. Because the 360 came out in 07? Right? So 360 was out for a long time. Because the Xbox One came out in 2013, right? 2013 or 2014. So I only had the 360 for like a year or two before the Xbox One came out. So I was a bit late to it. I was grinding on my Wii and my DS for years before I got my Xbox. Alright, what do I want to do here? I know I want to do the same style that I have in this room. Because I do like this, but I need to make that work for like a full like square room like I have. 2005 for the 360. Damn. So the 360's lifespan was a long time. I didn't think it would be that long. Fellow Nintendo gamer, yes sir. I pretty much grew up with the Nintendo consoles. My first ever console that well, technically that's a lie. My first console was the PS2, which I had like from the moment I was born. I'm pretty sure my dad got it like a year before I was born, and I grew up playing that thing. But then I don't know, I was probably like 5 or 6 when I got my Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance SP, as like a hand-me-down from my uncle. And that thing, like, made me who I am. I played a ton on that thing. I didn't even play that many, like, interesting games. But it was like probably some of the most, like, memory making that I had as a kid was on my my Game Boy. Played a lot of Sonic Advance on that thing too. That was probably my most played game. Yeah, that's where Ember SP comes from. That's the name. Not on everything. I go by Sir Ember on some platforms, but Ember SP on others. Okay, I like that. I like this song, but I don't really like this cover of it, so I'm gonna change it. You're off to bed? Alright, man. Have a good night, Blair. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Favorite older Nintendo game? I mean, how old are we talking? I feel like there's a lot of options. If we're talking like 10 years old or more, I mean, it's got to be Pokemon Black and White, right? I mean, come on now. That's my favorite game of all time. If we're talking older though, I mean, the only like, you know, old Nintendo games I actually played growing up were obviously, you know, the old Pokemon games. But it was mostly on the Wii because I never had a GameCube. So a lot of like Wii games were kind of like my old Nintendo games. So I played like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Poke Park Wii. Funny thing here, and fun fact, my first Pokemon game was Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. Goated game, by the way. Love that game. And it's kind of what got me into Pokemon. It's a little silly. It's definitely a very like kid-centric kind of game, but it's got a lot of nostalgia for me. I cannot figure out how I want to do this because I like the slabs going around like this. I don't know. Let's finish filling in this part with the stone brick first. We'll see how that looks. It was cool though because it was almost like an open world Pokemon game. Like obviously there were load zones, but there was just so much. Like the map was huge. You're part of VGC? Oh, you do competitive Pokemon? Dude, I'm as casual of a Pokemon player as you'll meet. I mean, like, I've dabbled in, like, Pokemon Showdown, like, occasionally, but, like, I'm very much not into competitive. Like, I'm not the type to, like, you know, if I catch a Pokemon in one of the games and it has like a bad nature, I'm not the type to like soft reset or like go for another one, you know? I don't really care. I will say though, yeah, Pokemon Showdown is fun. So VGC, is that that's like one of the formats for like the current Pokemon games, right? Like is that for Scarlet and Violet? Oh, I think I know what I need to do here. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, let's try this. It includes Scarlet Violet? Okay. What did I think of Scarlet and Violet? Not a fan, unfortunately. I thought it was very disappointing. Let's actually get this wood. I was really excited for it, and alright, I'm gonna be real. I enjoyed playing it. Like, I had fun playing through it. And I honestly think that kind of goes with any Pokemon game. Like, at the end of the day, it's Pokemon. Like, you're gonna have fun while playing it. But yeah, it was really just the performance for me that kind of ruined it. Sadly. The performance, the graphics, the bugs. I'm not a big stickler for like good graphics and stuff, but like it was to the point where it was so bad it like straight up detracted from my experience. I also think, like, while open world is great for Pokemon, it fits perfectly. I've always wanted an open world Pokemon game. They didn't really make the world interesting. You know, you look at games like Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, the open worlds are worth being that big because there's just so much to do, so much to find. In Pokemon, yeah, like, there's a lot of Pokemon in the open areas, but, like, not much else. And I feel like just having a lot of random Pokemon isn't enough to justify an open world. There should be more to find, more like NPC quests or secret dungeons with, like, you know, caves and more legendary Pokemon to find. I feel like there's so much opportunity, and the Scarlet and Violet open world just didn't do it for me. Maybe I'm being overcritical, but yeah, I think they could do better. Yeah, there was a couple ruins. I liked how, like, you had to find the stakes around the map to, like, unlock the legendaries, but, like, that's another big thing. A lot of modern Pokemon games have just given up on, like, legacy dungeons, which is so sad because those are, like, some of the best parts of Pokemon. You know, the caves and, like, the really, like, interconnected level design. A lot of modern games are just, like, especially you look at Sword and Shield, a lot of the routes are just straight paths. It's like, what is this? How do I want to do this? Yeah, Gen 5 is that's the best gen in my opinion. I am a little biased though. This is my first gen, obviously. But okay, there we go. I like it being connected like this because then we can do this, right? Boom, 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 boom. Have the slabs connect like that. And that looks good. I like that design. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet had potential. So much potential. But it just wasn't quite there. I think if the graphics and performance alone were, like, way better, and the game, like, looked like Breath of the Wild quality, that alone would have made a huge difference. but I don't know. Yeah, I will say the DLC, the DLC was good. I definitely enjoyed both DLCs. I will say their maps weren't, I mean, I guess their maps were a little better. I don't know, I'm trying to kind of rack my brain on exactly what happened in the DLC. I don't really remember. It was the what? The festival with what's that Pokemon? I'm like blanking. Kitakami. It was like that island. That one was kind of cool. I kind of like that. Same with the yeah, Ogre Pond. The other one was cool. That I liked the big dome with all the different regions. That was also cool. But I feel like for the most part, the DLCs were just like play the story, you're done. Not much else to do. Yeah, the terrarium. I really liked that. Yeah. Okay, one thing I hated about the second DLC though was how they shiny locked all the legendaries. Because when they released the trailer, they showed, you know, oh, they're adding in all the old legendaries. And I was super excited. Because I was like, oh, I can shiny hunt all these legendaries that I've wanted for a while. Nope. Shiny locked. All of them. For some reason. I don't understand. I will never understand shiny locks. There's just no point. Like maybe on like cutscene Pokemon that you see that you can't actually catch. That makes sense. But like for randoms, spawns and stuff like that, just like what is the point? Let me have my fun. Let me play the game how I want. Let me get shinies. Yeah. Dexit did suck. So, okay. I don't like it, obviously, but at the same time, I kind of understand why it had to be a thing. You know, I mean, it was... Pokemon is getting to the point where, like, if they're gonna make new games as consistently as they are, and they're continually adding tons and tons of new Pokemon every generation, like, and also, like, for them to continually update every model, it gets a little extensive. So I understand why they're doing it. It is a ton of work to really have every Pokemon in every game, which is why I think they should spend way more time on these games, which is like, you know, with Legends ZA, I'm happy that they're actually taking a while on it. It seems like, at least, because these games need more time in the oven, you know, especially after Scarlet and Violet. So that game was rough. What if we added this? Now we're cooking. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Pat Rat. I think Pat Rat and like a couple others have been in home jail for ages, and they're finally being set free at last. How do I want to do this? Yeah, Pat Red is the GOAT. Favorite starter? Tepig, all the way. Being a Gen 5 a lover, obviously my favorite starter is going to be my my first starter, which was Tepig. Yeah. Not a very common choice, but yeah, Tepig is my go-to. You're a fellow Tepig fan. Let's go, dude. Is that the inspiration behind the name, LeHonk? Or is that kind of just I assume that's a reference to LeChonk from Scarlet and Violet. What's up, Fenrir? How you doing, man? You can watch me struggle over trying to figure out how I want this room for the next several hours, because I cannot for the life of me decide how I want to do this. I really like the way this looks. I'm kind of trying to emulate the style that I have in this room, right? With the main kind of like beam of wood going across, and then with like the connection of the fences, and then the glowstone. Like, I like the way this looks. Came from a French guy you knew on Discord. Not something I expected. Doing great, good to hear. Let's change the song. For your League addiction. Dude, I got some friends that play League. Safe to say I don't want to be one of them. What is this song, man? This is supposed to be a lo-fi playlist. There we go. Okay, I came up with an idea. What if we do the grass, or not the grass, the leaves ceiling in this room? We have this kind of with this design, and then does this look weird? Do we bring it down one? Let's just see how it looks if I do this. That was me with Destiny, man. I'm a huge Destiny nerd. At least, well, I guess I still am. But I was playing that game like consistently since launch. Leaf spawn leaf litter? No. The leaf litter spawns in the forest. But if you actually like have them in a room of like blocks that you've placed, it won't spawn. Or maybe it's just it only spawns on grass, I'm not sure. But yeah, Destiny, I was addicted, man. I consistently played that game. I took very, very few breaks for years. I played the game since the Destiny 1 beta. So for over 10 years, I like consistently played it through Destiny 1, through Destiny 2. bought every DLC at release, did most of like the day one raids. Again, even got into speedrunning. Yep, Affinity, you know what I'm saying. It's rough. And finally, like in the past year, I've kind of like, after the last DLC, Final Shape, I've finally like taken a break from the game. And it's been amazing because I've finally been able to play all these like other older games I haven't played. But yeah, I feel like I have close to like 15,000 hours across both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Something like that. I'll be back for Star Wars. Honestly, it's tempting. It really is tempting. But we'll see. Okay, let me see what I did for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5 blocks. How tall is this in here? Is this 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it doesn't need to be 5. How does it look? No, that looks weird with this. Yeah, no, let's do 4. It's fine. I won't let my OCD take over. But yeah, it's been nice not being chained to Destiny like I used to be. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, right? It's finally starting to come together in my mind. So I like this design. I might even... Yeah, I might even do some like weird design with this stone here. Make it look a little cooler. But as of now, I like the way this room is looking. And then down here, this is gonna be the leaves. And I don't like this kind of like gap here. How it's like 1 block on the bottom, 2 blocks on the ceiling. So what I might do is knock out these ones here and just add more chests. Right, you know, 3 chests high. More chests won't hurt, right? Ooh, a few cracked stone bricks, that would look good. That would look good. Thinking we'll do that. Maybe some mossy bricks as well. Ooh, yeah, the mossy bricks would look great because with the whole like you know, nature aesthetic, that'll look fantastic. Okay, this is all starting to really come together in my mind. See, if you find yourself with builder's block, just keep building random stuff until you find something you like. Hopefully this doesn't reach to the surface. I'm gonna be a bit upset if it does. Okay, we're good. There's the surface. Okay, what do we need? Let's knock out... We need to knock out this side. Vines. Ooh, wait, you know what I could do? You know those in the lush caves? They have like the leaves hanging from the ceiling? I feel like that would look really cool. You know what I'm talking about? Not necessarily vines, but the I don't know what they're called. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about though. Glowberries, glow lichen. One of those two things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the glowberries. Those look really nice. Maybe I'll add those. I'm pretty sure the lichen is like the the little things that are on just like one block that you always mistake for diamonds. At least I do. Are glowberries vines? I don't know, man. Semantics. Well, I mean, they're not like vines themselves. Sure, they're a type of vine, but they're not labeled vine in game. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how brilliant Pokemon's soundtrack is? Just for all the games, old and new. One of my favorite things to do is just turn on some Pokemon music and listen to it. The flower things that hang. Yeah, the pink ones. We can do a mixture of those and then the glowberries. That'll look really nice. Wait, why did I delete that? I think that'll really help bring together the nature vibe that I'm going for. Spore blossoms, is that what they're called? Oh yeah, because they give like the particle effects. Oh, we missed a spot. All right, now the leaves. Oh, we got some Zelda. I just looked up on Spotify Pokemon Lo-Fi. I think I've listened to this playlist a couple times before, but I guess there's more than just Pokemon. Looks like there's some Zelda as well. Gen 3 champion theme. Goated. I really love the Gen 4 you know the artist. Middle click on the leaves while they're in my inventory? Is that a thing? It's not doing anything. Middle click, right? I don't know. Anyways, the Gen 4 Pokemon League theme. When you're right outside of the Pokemon League in Sinnoh, right? And it's nighttime, the theme that plays is beautiful. Like, oh my god. Maybe I'll see if I can look it up and play it in just a bit here. On the block itself, take the leaves out of my hotbar. Middle click on the leaves while they're all in your inventory on the block itself. I'm middle clicking. Are you saying not in my inventory, but on the block? Oh, I didn't know there was a thing. It puts it into your inventory or your hotbar. That's actually crazy. Is that just a new Minecraft thing, or is that like Lunar Client? Because that's sick. Look at this. I'm really liking the way this looks now. Very nice. And then yeah, some cracked stone bricks, some mossy stone bricks. That'll make it look really nice. And then maybe some hanging stuff here and there. Looking good, boys. Yeah, that's a cool little feature. Let's go ahead and add those chests while we're here. So I'm gonna knock out this top row. Oh, that's right, I did the stairs because you can't open the chests normally. Pokemon Conquest. That's is that one of the like spin-off DS games? If I'm not mistaken. I know Ranger was one of the DS games, spin-off ones. Was Conquest one of those too? Or am I thinking of GameCube? Spin-off DS game? Okay, cool. I was right. So when it comes to Pokemon spin-off games, I am not too familiar, actually. I don't think I've really played many. The only ones I know I've played are the PokePark games, which were on the Wii, which are goated, by the way. If you haven't played them, you should play them, even though they might be a little outdated because you're probably not a child anymore. Still, though, really just charming games to play. But yeah, it was PokePark, and then I played Super Mystery Dungeon, which was like the one on the 3DS. But I've never played any of the other Mystery Dungeon games, and I really want to. I've been wanting to play, like, I know Explorers of, like, Sky, or Explorers of Time, or one of those ones is, like, really highly rated. So I think that'd be fun to play. It was a niche, turn-based RPG like Fire Emblem. I know Conquest has its little fan base. I've definitely seen a lot of people talk about how awesome those games were. Is it just one game? Is it just one Conquest, or were there multiple? Let's clean up my inventory a little bit. Only one? Explorers of Time was peak. So I know with Mystery Dungeon, there was a couple where they did like dual versions, kind of like the main series. So there's going to be a 2, but yeah, unfortunate. It'd be cool to get like a modern Conquest. I think there's a lot of old spin-off games that they could make modern sequels of. That'd be cool. But as far as the Mystery Dungeon games go, I know there was dual versions. There was like Red and Blue, Rescue Team. And then was it Explorers of Time and Explorers of Sky? Were those the 2 dual ones? And then I know they made like a 3rd one that was like the Emerald of Mystery Dungeon. Was that Darkness? Time and Sky? And then wasn't there Explorers of Darkness as well? I don't remember. I just know with Time and Sky there was a 3rd version as well. I just don't remember which one was the 3rd version. I feel like Sky was the 3rd version. I think it was Time and Darkness were the dual. And Explorers of Sky was the 3rd version. Might need to go get some more wood here. I don't think I have enough to make all these chests. Do I have any chests in here? I do. Perfect. Oh. So every release of Mystery Dungeon was a dual release? So you're saying they started with Red and Blue, then they did Time and Darkness, and then Sky and Squad? Was it Mystery Dungeon Squad? Or because I know it was Explorers of Sky, right? Until the 4th one, which was singles after that. I gotta look up a whole chart of this now. I'm curious. Here, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, we got... You guys should be able to see this. Mystery Dungeon series. Let's check Bulbapedia. You're on Wikipedia? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one lays them all out. Nice. So this is from Gen 3. Yep, Red and Blue Rescue Team. Gen 4 was Explorers of Time and Darkness. And then Explorers of Sky. So yeah, Sky was the 3rd version. I've heard these ones. I mean, I've heard all of them are great, right? But I've heard Explorers of Sky was like the peak of the series, which is definitely something I want to play. What are these? Were these like Japanese only versions? Keep Going, Blazing Adventure Squad. Okay, that makes sense because I've never heard of Squad before. So it was a Japanese exclusive. And then yeah, Gates to Infinity I've heard as well. Didn't play that one. I'm not sure how good that one is. Super Mystery Dungeon. This is the one I had. I played this one a lot. I didn't finish it though, but it was fun. Later games are peak. Yeah. I definitely think it's a series I kind of want to just play like all of at some point. I think it'd be fun. Once I get my hands on a, well, maybe I could just emulate it, but I'm always one to I really like playing on official hardware when it comes to like DSs. So I eventually want to send one of my DSs in and get a capture card installed, and I'd love to stream some Pokemon for you guys. I think that'd be really fun. We can do a black and white playthrough. We can do some mystery dungeon. Let me place the stone bricks while I'm doing this so I don't have to come back in a weird way. There we go. That opens, cool. Oh, whoops. How am I gonna do this one? I'm gonna break this. This is actually a good thing too, because I'll have way more room. I was already running out of room in some of my like cobble chests. So this is perfect. And then just stone brick here. Boom. Right? You don't see any of the dirt behind there. I think that looks good. That's how that is, right? Yeah. Trying to make sure it looks good. Yeah, I think that looks great. And it gives us way more room for chests. And they open properly as well. Beautiful. Yeah, this room's really coming together. I'm a lot happier with this. All right, lads. I'm going to take a quick break for a little while. Maybe like 10-15 minutes. So, don't go anywhere. Or if you do, come back in a little bit. All right. We're back. Let's continue on the storage. What's good? All right. So you said your favorite starters Tepig, like myself. I'm curious, what is your favorite legendary? Because I'm pretty basic. Just like, I mean, when I tell you Gen 5 is my favorite region, and then I'm a Gen 5 fan, I mean that in every form possible. Tepig is my favorite starter, and Ember by extension, as well as Reshiram. I mean, my first game was Black version, and so I'm a huge Reshiram fan. I honestly think the Gen 5 legendaries are super underrated. Like, they're so cool, and yet, like, I feel like not many people... I mean, I'm sure plenty of people like them, but they're not many people's favorites, which is crazy to me. I think Reshiram and Zekrom are so cool. Technically cheating. Hit me. I'll be the judge of that. Kyurem in all of its forms. It's kind of cheating. If you had to choose one form of Kyurem, I feel like each individual form is like its own Pokemon. So if you had to choose one form, because I know for me it'd be White Kyurem, obviously, because I'm a big Reshiram fan. For a while, when I was younger, I kind of said that White Kyurem was my favorite Pokemon. Like, I liked White Kyurem even more than Reshiram, but I think nowadays I do prefer just normal Reshiram. Black Kyurem, valid. Black Kyurem is super cool. I remember seeing like the first trailers for Black and White 2 and just being like awestruck at how cool I thought they looked. Because those were like the first, like Black and White Kyurem were the first designs to be like really out there. Like they kind of were almost like Yu-Gi-Oh or like Digimon type designs. Love Zekrom as well, but you like the bruiser build going on with Black Kyurem? Yeah, he's cool. But yeah, I just love how like over detailed they are. It's just super cool. Making a VGC team around Black Kyurem? Nice. Let's fix this. Where's my glowstone? Oh, I forgot I can just middle click. So helpful. Disappointed that the Gen 5 Legends shinies weren't just a... Yes. I think... You see, like, most people say, oh... the old shinies were like just palette swaps. At what point was that changed? Because I know obviously like the early generations, they just did palette swaps for the for shinies. Was that the case in Gen 5 as well? Because that would make sense. Because it seems like such a massive missed opportunity, right? Yeah, it would be so sick if like shiny Reshiram was just matte black and shiny Zekrom was like white. I just think that would look so cool and obviously fit like thematically, you know. But like it's gotta be because they were still doing palette swaps, right? No way they chose those colors intentionally. Might need to get more wood here. Let's go, let's head out and get some more. I'll have to move those up as well. None of the earlier legend shinies were color swaps. Oh, did they choose the shinies for legendaries specifically? Like with intention? Because it just feels so weird. Like, Reshiram's shiny, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I can see how that would be intentional. They pretty much just added the red eyes and gave it like gold rings around its neck and its tail. And with like the purple fire too, like, yeah, it looks really cool. But Zekrom's shiny, just, that doesn't really seem that intentional. I don't really think it looks that good with like the green. It just feels out of place. I don't know. Yeah, like obviously Zamazenta and Zacian, their shinies are very clearly intentional. And they look good though. Like their names are obviously like cyan and magenta. And they like kind of go into that color more when they're shiny, which I think looks really, really good. But Reshiram and Zekrom's shinies just don't really look all that good. You know whose shinies, or I guess kind of both, but who's shiny in particular that I absolutely loathe is Groudon. So Groudon's probably my second favorite legendary, right up there with Reshiram. But I hate that like lime green on him. I just think it looks so ugly. Oh, left all these from before. What, do you like shiny Groudon? Because I don't. Okay, good, you agree. Thought it was gold for, that'd be kind of cool if it was gold. The thing is, like, yes, it's normal shiny, doesn't look that good, but dude, the its shiny primal form, shiny primal Groudon, looks so sick with just like the all black. Super cool looking. I just wish its normal like base form shiny was better. Yep, I'm back. We're getting some more wood because we need more chests. The chest room. Yes, dude. Primal Groudon, super cool. And obviously Rayquaza. So for me, I think my favorite legendaries, it goes Reshiram, Groudon, Rayquaza. But if we're talking like shiny Mega Rayquaza, that might be up there. That might be in front of Groudon for me. I think Mega Rayquaza is one of the best designs they've ever made for Pokemon. You playing Oblivion right now? Dude, I really need to upgrade my PC because I bought Oblivion, tried to play it. The moment I exited the sewers, my frame rate tanked. I could not get even a stable 30. Like it was bouncing around between like 25, 30. Even when I lowered all my settings, I couldn't get like over 60. It was like, and it was like really choppy. So something I kind of tried fixing that. I had a couple friends trying to help me out. Maybe if you want to try helping me out as well, but I feel like we tried kind of everything. It's really just my computer. It's really outdated. Like my computer runs games fine. It's but it's a lot of newer games that like it's the graphics card that's just really out of date. So that's gonna be a main priority. Hopefully one of my next videos takes off. I can get a little bit more income to put towards PC, because that's the main thing I'm kind of saving towards right now, is just getting a full upgrade to the PC. I would like to, I don't know if I want to fully go for the 50 series, but definitely a 40 series. I'm going to get a ton of RAM because RAM is really important for video editing. So you get like 40 FPS in open world. So maybe it's just Oblivion as a game that's doesn't run very well. Which there's a lot of games out there that are like that, unfortunately, that don't run well even if you have a good graphics card. Don't go below a 4070. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll probably get like a 4090 if I can. Or I mean, maybe if I find a, I mean, how much is the 50 series right now? Like how much would it be for like a 5070? Assuming that's a thing. Don't they all go 60, 70, 80, 90? I don't know. I feel like regardless, any 40 series and up is going to be a massive difference for me. Running on a 2060 for like, what, almost 4 years now? I've been needing to upgrade for a while. Both are like 600. Damn. So then what's the point in going for a 40 series if it's such, if the 50 series is such close, oh my god, if it's so close in price? I've heard Nvidia isn't the greatest. I have some friends that are very against them. But I mean, I feel like they're just the titan of the industry right now. That's what most people get. Directly from Nvidia, it's like 1600. Damn. That is expensive. Ryzen cards are really good. There's no reason for getting Nvidia unless you want to do ray tracing. Huh. Maybe I'll come to you guys when I'm actually putting together the part list. I know some about PCs, but I'm very much a newcomer when it comes to the specifics. As far as like what parts are good, what you know, what parts I should get over other parts. Because this is my first computer, and I got it pre-built. I haven't even built a computer yet, which is with this next computer that I'm gonna get will be it'll be my first build. So that'll be fun. An AI chip? Yeah, I've heard a lot of controversy about that. What does that entail? Like, what about the chip is AI? Is it like the way that it processes games or something? Like that's confusing to me. How do you have an AI graphics card. Frame generation? Oh. Interesting. And is it just like significantly worse than like what they normally do? Is that why people have like a problem with it? Difference between a CPU and GPU? Yes. So on a basic level, I obviously know they're different parts. I know the GPUs is in charge of the graphics, obviously graphics card. CPUs in charge of processing and like the actual behind the scenes stuff. A very, very basic surface level. I'm not really sure the like core difference. All I know is one is visuals, one is, I guess, again, behind the scenes. It boosts you like 100 FPS, but if a game like Oblivion drops very low, your input delay gets fucked. Oh. People like NVIDIA or dislike NVIDIA because they only do AI now and they don't focus on more actual upgrades. I see. I'm hearing a lot of this anti-NVIDIA sentiment. How much wood we got? That should be more than enough for now. Let's get rid of some of these items I don't need. So the CPU is like a small gang of really smart adults doing math. But the GPU is like a very large group of children doing simple math. Ah. I mean, I get the analogy, but still a little confused as to like the difference in terms of what they actually do. Like, are they technically both in charge of? You said they're both doing math. Are they both in charge of like the visuals you see on screen and like how a game performs? Just in different ways? Because I know the graphics card is like directly in charge of, you know, things like frame rates, resolutions, that kind of thing. Whereas the CPU, is the CPU also in charge of that? Because I do know some games they kind of use different parts, right? So like Destiny 2. My computer runs Destiny 2 really well because I know Destiny 2 is a very CPU intensive game. Whereas another game like, say, like the modern Call of Duty games, those are much more GPU intensive, and thus I don't get as many frames. I see. So the AI approach is kind of artificially giving them like better performance or whatever, but realistically, it's not actually making a big difference. I don't know. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm kind of pea-brained. Very unfamiliar with how computers actually work. Yeah. I will say one thing I do really want to like learn in depth and get good at is actually like building PCs. I think it'd be fun. Like I'd want to be that friend that you hit up and be like, "Hey, can you help me put together my new PC?" Like, "Sure, man." It's definitely a lot more common these days with how popular PC gaming is. Let's actually make the chests. Might start a IT internship. Nice, nice. Cable management. So I've heard it can be tough. When I first started college, I was a computer science major because I really wanted to make games. And I was like, okay, I want to learn how to code. Little did I know that there would be a lot of difficult math involved, and I was never horrible at math, and I definitely think if I really put my mind to it, I could have done well. But I'm not a big math guy. I'm not really into it. I don't enjoy it. And so I quickly decided that's not what I really want to do. I've always been much more of a English history kind of student. That's why I think I was really leaning towards wanting to do YouTube and do video essays, because not only do I think I'm fairly decent at writing, but I actually really enjoy writing. I know a lot of people don't like doing essays and stuff, but I really enjoy the process of writing, especially when it's writing about something I enjoy. And that's where I get the motivation for making video essays. I'm basically just getting to write about stuff I'm passionate about, and it's fun. It's also a big learning process too. Every new video I make is always something new I learn. Yeah, you're a computer science major as well? Yeah. Seeing you next semester. Good luck, man. You're almost done. Computer information systems major. What exactly is that? Like, how is that different from like normal computer science? Oh, you won't be done until spring 2027? Damn. That sucks. Well, I'm sure it'll be worth it in the end. I mean, I know computer science is a pretty competitive field these days, but especially with as many years that you're doing, you'll probably end up being able to land something in the field, you know? CIS is not as math-based. Yeah, immediately thought of Confederacy of Independent Systems. For them Star Wars fans out there, you know what I'm saying? That's probably something I would have preferred then. Because I like the idea of like coding, and that's kind of like my motivation was to make games and stuff. But I don't like the idea of math. Although I would like to still make a game at some point. I just probably wouldn't be the one coding. I feel like where my strengths lie, I'm much more akin to being the writer, or the world builder, the idea guy. And I'm sure if I learned how like certain software worked, I could do like level design and stuff. But I definitely think I'm much more into the creative aspect. Dude, I'm down. Let's make a game. Like, I'm so down. I think it'd be super fun. It's one of my eventual dreams. Partially to make a game, but also just for the idea of writing a story. I've always been super creative. I want to write my own story. I want to make my own world. And I think the whole world building process would be just super fun. Chemming it up. Yeah. That goes back to me being a not so much of a math student. It was math and science that I was not very good at. I mean, I wasn't horrible. Like, I was decent. It's just I didn't like them. I I enjoyed biology and stuff like that, but when I took chem, I took chem in high school, not in college, but oh my god, I barely passed. I think I passed with like a C. Was it a C minus or C? I think it was a C. So like not horrible, but like still not good. I definitely, yeah, I preferred biology. I think the reason I didn't like chem was because of a lot of the math involved. I think most science that didn't involve math I enjoyed. You aced math up until Calc 2? Bro's a different breed. I never took Calc, thankfully. Probably, I mean, I did good in all the prior maths. But I'm curious as to how I would have done in Calc, because I know that's a pretty big step up. Alright, so we're done with the chest room. I still need to get 2 more item frames for these chests. But as far as the actual room itself, we're done. I like the way this looks. I might do a little funny thing with the these little gaps here. I just need to think of what I want to do exactly, but I think that's looking pretty good though. Did an African dude teach you? That's awesome. Trig? I've heard Trig is a nightmare. Probably not for me. See, I'm sure I would have done fine in Calc, but Trig, that's the, even in like high school geometry and stuff like that, like it was always the little bits of Trig that we would have to learn that I sucked at. All right, what do I want to work on now? Oh, let's move these up. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That I can agree with. I may not like it, but I can agree with it. Okay, I like the way this looks. Do I keep it like this? So originally I had this little room. It wasn't leaves here, it was just glowstone, and it was one lower. So it looked like this. And I think I kind of want to do that. I think it makes it look a little cooler in here. We'll do that. We got some dialogue. I mean, the original Pokemon series, the anime, Indigo League, so nostalgic. What if Sea Lantern? Ooh, that would look cool. Although, the thing is, Sea Lanterns don't really, like, I feel like that blue color wouldn't fit that well with the aesthetics of the build so far. I mean, we could try it, but I don't know. I kind of like the warm colors of the wood and the glowstone. I feel like the Sea Lantern is a little too cool. We can always, if we find I haven't found any sea temples yet, but if we do, we can see how that looks. I'm not opposed to trying. I want to make this little step up come out a little further. If it was in the floor instead. Yeah, I think the blue would actually look good in the deep sight. Oh, so I wanted to talk about this earlier. For all my Star Wars fans in chat, anyone finish Andor? The season finale was it yesterday or the day before, I think. Holy crap. Let me just say, no spoilers here, don't worry, no spoilers, but greatest Star Wars show of all time, I'm gonna say it. Well, easily greatest Star Wars show. Honestly, might be greatest piece of Star Wars content. Like, most people are saying, you know, obviously best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back. I think that's a given. I might even go as far as saying I enjoyed it more than Empire. I think the only reason you might say Empire and the OT was better is just because of how like iconic they are, obviously. But like realistically, I think if you sat someone down who had never even heard of Star Wars these days, and you said, all right, first let's watch the original trilogy, and then let's watch all of Andor, and then maybe Rogue One. I genuinely think, assuming they like it's their kind of thing, they would definitely prefer Andor, because the writing is just so much better than anything I've ever seen, not just in Star Wars, but just in general. That's the thing. Andor isn't just a good Star Wars show, it is an incredible TV show. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It is so good. Like, very rarely do shows reach that bar for me, and this was such an amazing show. Cannot recommend it enough. For anyone who is a Star Wars fan and hasn't seen it, you gotta watch it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, very unfamiliar with Star Wars, it's still worth the watch. Like, you don't really need to know Star Wars to enjoy it. You were never a Star Wars guy? That's the thing. I genuinely think you don't even have to have even seen the original Star Wars films to enjoy this show. While I recommend you do, this is absolutely just a good show in and of itself. Like, if there's one thing you ever, like, if there's one recommendation I ever make to you, have it be this one. Because I can't stress enough how much I enjoyed it and how phenomenal it was. But yeah, just wanted to glaze Andor a little bit, because it's amazing. All right, what do I want to do next? Let me move this lantern. Let me put all this stuff away too, actually, because my inventory is full. It's dirt, right? Yeah. You gotta listen to the silly streamer, yeah. You gotta, man. Yeah, it's up there for me. If I had to, I don't even know like exactly what my top shows of all time would be. But I know Andor is probably number one. Maybe, I don't know how long it'll be number one. It might just be recency bias. But yeah, it definitely Andor, Attack on Titan, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Game of Thrones. I'm trying to think of other things that come to mind. But yeah, you get the picture. Cat in the Hat. Live action Cat in the Hat. Can't disagree with you there. Some Peak cinema right there. Alright. Only you could sub. I think we're on the way. We're pretty close to affiliate. I'm pretty sure I've met all the requirements. I just need to stream for like 3 more days this month. And then I should be able to be an affiliate. And that'll unlock like emotes and stuff. And then as well as I think subscriptions, which will be cool. So you guys don't have to deal with ads or anything like that. Assuming you subscribe. Which you should when I unlock affiliate. If you have like Prime or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Should be pretty soon. First founder badge. Yep. Don't worry. When hopefully, obviously, but hopefully when we're cracking a couple thousand per stream, you guys will still be here. I won't forget you guys. All right. Let's find something else to do now that I finished this room. Is there anything else I want to change during the bottom level? Because I like the way this top level looks. This bottom level looks pretty much the same. Because it doesn't have as many stalls, there's not as many of these parts where the glowstone is. So it's a little darker in these like kind of hallway parts. And I tried to remedy this with the lanterns here. I think it looks decent. If you got affiliate, I definitely can. I hope so. Huh. And another thing is, I did like announce with my most recent video that I'm streaming. But that video hasn't taken off super compared to like a few of my other videos. But hopefully one of my next videos does well, which will hopefully attract more people to the stream. But yeah, I think having the Discord is a huge help though. Trying to think of anything else I want to do in this room. Yeah, that's the thing. Most like it's crazy how big Twitch is, because like I feel like a lot of people that I know, including myself, don't really watch Twitch. And the only times I watch Twitch is like there's maybe one streamer that I check in, but it's like not all the time. It's like every once in a while. I feel like there's not a lot of people out there that like will actually catch streams live. I think that's why VODs are so popular, is because a lot of people, while they enjoy watching streams, they're not always present. And that's why, you know, with a VOD, you can kind of watch it on your own time. And yeah, it's really just like the really big streamers that actually draw in most of the viewers. Regardless though, it is cool to watch a streamer, especially if it's a small streamer. Because like it feels a lot more intimate, you know, like with this stream, right? There's 7 of us in chat right now. Like all you guys can message and chat, and like I'll see it, I'll respond to it, which is cool, you know. There's something nice about being like a fan. Like speaking from experience, right? Like I'm a fan of a lot of smaller YouTubers or streamers, and there's something cool about that, because the smaller they are, like the more tight knit and intimate the community feels. That's the thing. Like obviously, the goal is to get big, but I don't want to be like huge. Like enough for me to, you know, pay the bills and like be able to do this for a living. That's all I want. I don't care about the fame. I don't want the fame, you know. Just being able to do this, exactly what I'm doing right now. Play some games, talk with you guys. Like that's the dream. It's fun. It's relaxing. So. Thinking we let's work on the trading hall next. Let's try and do a similar style on this ceiling like we did in here. I think we'll do that. So we're probably gonna have to remove the glowstone for the most part. I'm contemplating, well, I don't know. Contemplating doing the glowstone ceiling in these gaps here, but I don't know how that would look. I feel like that might look kind of weird, and I kind of like the stone brick. So we'll see. We'll see how it looks in the end. Let's start by removing that ceiling, though. Let's get all of our materials first. Kind of like a large friend group. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm getting low on iron. Actually, no, I have a lot that I just need to smelt. I should go mining soon because I want some more diamonds. That is something I am in need of. Maybe we'll work on that ceiling for a little bit, and then we'll kind of close out the stream in a little bit with some mining. I think that's a good plan. Okay. Is that everything? Let's get the fences and stuff as well. Yep, there we go. There's some trapdoors, lanterns. That should be everything I need. We'll come back for more if we have to. Also thinking of maybe adding a trim on this lower half. I don't know how it'll look, just to give some more texture. But what does this look like if we just did this for the bottom? Does that look good? I kind of like that. If that was to go like all the way around. Does that conflict with the wood or anything? What do you guys think? What's the mining goal? Just mainly diamonds. I have fully diamond tools. I don't have boots though, because I don't think I have quite enough diamonds. Yeah, I've only got 2 left, so I do need some more diamonds. Check out a mix of deep slate bricks and blackstone. Oh, you're saying like for the floor? That might be kind of cool. Or maybe for this trim part. Do I have blackstone? Might be in here. Deep slate. Is that another item, right? Here it is, blackstone. Does this just turn into... That's polished. Do I need to smelt it? Do I need a stone cutter? Oh, here we go. Blackstone bricks. Oh yeah, you turn it into polished, and then the polished turns into the bricks, it looks like. Let me see what this looks like. Although I do like the smooth stone, but I just want to see what this looks like. Ooh, I like the like purple. That actually looks really nice. Ooh. That's kind of sick. What do you guys think? Do we do the blackstone or the smooth stone? I'll do it on both sides. So we got the smooth stone. which kind of fits with like the classic kind of old Minecraft palette that I'm going for. But then the blackstone, too bright for it. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think the colors are a little too dark for the the purple, while it looks cool, it kind of doesn't really fit with the floor as well as the walls. Maybe a doorway trim. I think we'll go with the slabs for now. Yeah, I think that looks good. I know it's technically not going all the way around all these, but you're not going to see it, so it's fine. Do we do it on here? No. Well, not. We won't. Oh, wait, you can see it through there. Oh, man. I don't like that. All right, we'll just do the stone brick. It's fine. I'll figure something out later to make these walls look a little better. I'm sure the, what do you call it? Mossy stone brick will make it look a lot better as well. Maybe we'll do something like that on the ceiling. Or like going, I don't know. I'm just yapping. There we go. All right, let's go work in this room. I also need to make sure to take out the beds from here, because they don't need beds. You guys trying to rage bait you? How so? One Piece garbage without criticism. I haven't watched One Piece. I don't know if I ever will. I have a lot of people that keep telling me, oh man, you should watch it, dude, it's so good. Sure it is, man, but it's like so many episodes. And like I watched all of Naruto, and that was a lot. I watched all the filler too, which probably was a bad decision, but I think it's a little off-putting for me just because of how many episodes there are. Maybe eventually I'll watch it, but as of now, not yet. Yeah, that's something that kind of annoys me, is when people criticize something and just say, oh, it's bad, or they don't even actually like give a solid reason as to like why or anything like that. Those kinds of people are just, yeah, you should just ignore them. It'll get a shorter version next time, or next year? That actually sounds really interesting. Is it going to be like a kind of a, like the Dragon Ball Kai of One Piece? Are they gonna like cut out all the filler and everything? because that sounds amazing. It's actually that's the version of Dragon Ball that I grew up on, Dragon Ball Z Kai, because it aired on, was it Nicktoons or Nickelodeon or one of those? That's how I watched it. And then I didn't actually watch the original Dragon Ball until later. And after watching both, I genuinely think Dragon Ball Kai is like the better way to watch it, just because it skips all the filler and fixes a lot of issues here and there. Better voice acting in some places. One Piece is the worst pacing in anime. Yeah, so I've heard. But I've also heard it's worth dealing with just because of how amazing like the highs are. I'm not much of a manga reader. I actually own all of the Death Note manga. I'd like to read it at some point. I just haven't really found the time. But yeah, for the most part, I know most anime that have manga are just, like, the manga's usually just better. Is that right? It's 2 blocks and then the lantern, right? No, this one's 3. Oh, I see what I did. Whoops. Wrong placement. Yeah. I will say the Death Note collection that I have, it's like the black edition. So like each book actually like kind of looks like the Death Note, which is cool. And yeah, it looks really nice on the shelf. Probably should be gathering all this glowstone to save it, but I kind of went out and farmed a ton, so I don't think I really need it, and it's probably not worth the effort. So I'm just gonna leave it how it is. I don't really care. Get more glowstone. Oh, whoops. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Everyone who's here, even if they're just lurking, Very much appreciated. Yeah. I feel like I'm usually, when I watch other people's streams, I'm usually a lurker. Occasionally I'll chime in if like they're talking about something I care about or whatever, but either way, the viewership is all that really matters. Yeah. And that's the thing, like we were talking about earlier, when it's a small streamer and like you can easily talk with them in chat, that's when it's fun to actually talk with them and find similar interests and stuff. Like how we were all talking Pokemon earlier. Don't we all? Okay. Am I missing anything I didn't hear? No. This kind of makes me want to add something in these quadrants. How would this look? Does that look weird? Kind of like it. But I do kind of like just the way the normal wood looks. But if I did that, then my OCD would want me to do it for everything. Which I guess could work. How would that look in here? Having the stairs come all the way across. Fence ruins it a little. Yeah. I would get rid of the fence. Let me see how this looks. I think what we could do, which actually might look even cooler, something like that. Let's just do this for the whole room and see how this looks. I might like this. Okay, there we go. Okay. What are we thinking? I kind of like it. And then maybe in these quadrants we can do the leaves. That actually might look great. Hold on. All right, let's do that over here as well. I actually really like the way this is looking. Yeah, like a tavern vibe. I really like that. We need more wood. Take some more. There we go. That looks nice. I really like that. Let's put these back in the middle here. Also, what are your thoughts on doing a little bit of this action? This might make it look kind of weird. A little weird. What we could do is that, or maybe on the other side. I don't know, just for ease of access. Maybe we can do one on each side. We'll do it in the front for now. I think it adds a little more to the room. Also, I'm curious, maybe these lanterns feel a little low. What if we just did that? No fences? Stripped log? Okay. Okay. We thinking the just all of these logs here stripped? Kind of like the way the fences looked though. I just wish they weren't as hanging as low. I think we do the fences. I think it's fine. We'll try it stripped. See how I like it. I guess we gotta see what the full vision looks like. I kind of like it, but it doesn't have that contrast. Like, that's the thing. I like the contrast to the dark wood to the, or from like the normal wood to the like the lighter color of the stairs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the regular wood. Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say it was kind of a waste of resources, but actually I can just make them into planks, so we're fine. All right, what are we thinking of? Because these are slabs going around. What if we do stairs all the way around? I think that looks good. Yeah, I think that side looks a little better. Especially if we want to do the leaves like that. I think that'll look great, actually. Yeah, full stairs treatment. What do you think? Think that looks good? I think it looks good. Let's see how the whole room looks. And then yeah, I'm really leaning towards actually these little pockets of stone brick. I'm leaning towards doing this with the leaves and the glowstone. I think that'll look cool. Need more stairs. Yeah, I'm a big symmetry guy. At least like for like internal building. If it's like if it's you know, external design, like you see a house from the outside, I don't mind if it's not symmetrical, but for the most part I like indoors looking nice and symmetrical. Yeah, the leaves would look really nice, but I'm really liking the way this looks actually. I think I've found my design that I like. And it'll fit because like it kind of, this blends really nicely right here. Should we move this little glowstone spot right here? What do you think? Maybe just get rid of it entirely? We can maybe probably leave it right there. I think it looks fine there. Let's go ahead and do that glowstone thing now though. Yeah, it looks fine. Good to know. Yeah, I'm thinking next Minecraft stream we'll probably work on the villa, the beach house. I've got a lot of projects I want to do. I want to do the beach house villa. I want to do I want to make a bridge connecting. If you see on the map, can I pull it up? Yeah. I want to make a bridge connecting from the base here to this little island. And I want to make this village into like a whole town. I'm talking like a Skyrim-esque looking town, very medieval, nice looking area. And I want to make I envision this whole world being a series of towns, and I want to make a, maybe like right around here, a kind of station or like a watchtower station, which is the it'll be like one of the many different stations around the map for rail carts. And I want to build basically like a giant wall with a rail system that leads from like this town to like this one over here, maybe like another one far off to the west. And I think it'd be cool to, yeah, like an RPG world, just to have a whole bunch of different little towns that I kind of custom build, and they can all be connected by this rail system. I think that'd be fun. And then this obviously, we could probably say like this is my main base, and we could probably connect it and build up around this whole shoreline, and have this whole area be like the main city / town. So that's kind of the end goal. But yeah, I figured if this is gonna be a world I play on for a long time, why not dream big? I need to change those sides to wood. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Whoops. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. I love that like contrast of like the wood with the leaves. Looks super nice. And it fits, I like this style because it fits so perfectly with being inside like a giant tree that I'm making. The glowstone leaves thing makes it look like the glowstone is the sun shining down. That's kind of what I was going for. Like I really like it. And I honestly, I know some people don't necessarily like it, but with the new update with the leaves that fall, I think it adds so much. I really like it. Like it fits perfectly with my base. It just makes it feel even more like you're inside a giant tree, which is the whole vibe I'm going for. Like I want it to be like an underground feeling because we are underground, so that's why I use like the stones. But I still wanted it to feel very nature-like, so that's why I'm doing the wood and the leaves. So it's all coming together very nicely. I'm very happy with it. Ooh, Sakura version. Hold on. Oh, misplaced. That might actually go hard. That actually might go crazy. What if... Maybe if I make like another room, or maybe we'll experiment, like one of the rooms will all be Sakura leaves. I don't know. That might be cool. I do like the idea of kind of making the... When I actually start building up this big tree, to have it kind of be like the Deku tree from Zelda. And in Breath of the Wild, he has like a kind of Sakura version. So maybe. Ooh, yes, we'll make a room for Charles. You know what we could do? Going up, right? As the tree goes up, I'm not sure how many floors I'm going to have. Probably not too many. But we could probably do this same design with right here. We could just make the floor a little thicker so that we can do the leaves on the ceiling. And we can do that maybe for every single floor. I think that might look really good. I think Charles agrees. But yeah, I think I might do that. Did we finish this one? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think he's a big fan. Yo, I think this is Icarus, or sorry, Isurus. I don't know how you pronounce it. Icarus City from Black and White. I know the Black and White music from anywhere. I just remember in my Black and White like retrospective video, I pronounced it Icarus, and I think there's a couple people in the comments calling me out on it. I guess it's pronounced Isurus, but I've always called it Icarus, and I'm not going to change that, sorry. Like Arceus? No. I don't know if you've played Pokemon Black and White, but there's one of the towns that's it's called Icarus or Isurus, one of the two. Did you not realize that was me? Yeah. that was the first video I made. Well, it wasn't technically my first YouTube video. I did make the Arcane video, which for a while I was actually considering privating, just because I made it so long ago. It was just like a, hey, I want to make a video, why not? It was before I really wanted to like do YouTube, right? And I think it was like decent, but like it was very much, looking back, not my favorite. And especially after like the Pokemon video did well, I didn't want people like looking back and seeing that video. It was a little embarrassing. Not to mention it's very different from what I do now. So not a big fan of that one. But as far as like from when I really started wanting to do like gaming YouTube, yeah, the Pokemon video was the first one, especially, well, the first one and the first one that did well. It shocked me because that was pretty much my first YouTube video, and it like hit 50,000 views really quickly, like within the first couple weeks. Yeah, it shows how much I grew. That's what one of my friends was telling me, like, no, don't delete it. People should be able to see, you know, where you came from and how much you've improved, which I can agree with. I think that's kind of why I've kept it around. Anyways, I'm really liking the way this room looks. I think this looks fantastic. I almost want to do the same design in this room, although it doesn't. This room isn't even. It doesn't have a center block, you see, so I can't really divide it evenly. I could just do a straight line going back and divide it that way. What do you guys think? That video made you watch every other video? Yeah, and I announced I had a Discord, like I think one video at like the very end. I think I might, maybe in one of my next videos, I might like plug the stream and the Discord earlier in the video, or maybe at the start, just so it can reach a few more people, because I'm sure there's still a lot of people that watch my content and have no idea that I have a Discord or anything like that. So, you found me from the loneliness video. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have. That was, I mean, obviously that's my biggest video, which I did not expect for it to do that well, you know? Like, I put out the Pokemon video. It did really good, and that like really gave me a ton of motivation to just keep making videos. And then shortly after that, I put out the Atmosphere video, and that one did insanely well. That one got over 100,000 views within the first month, and I was like, this is insane. There's no way like I'm ever gonna have a video that does this well for a very long time. But I still, like, you know, kept putting out videos, and then, you know, the loneliness video happened, and like it's still kind of very surreal to see just how many views like that video has. You see the number of views on a video, and you're like, okay, sure, that's a lot of people. Like that's a big number. But like when you really think about it, you don't often think like each one of those numbers, that's a person. Nearly 1 million people have like clicked on my video, which is just crazy to think about. So mutual friends, yep. I think we met through was it the Jeebus Discord server? I don't know. I met a lot of people in that server, and including you from my friend Kyle, who you know, Affinity. The VOG server? I don't think I was. No, I played Destiny with Kale and Sneak Destiny 1 back on Xbox. That's how I met them, and then through them is when I joined that server. I kind of want to try this design over here, actually. Thanks for the raid, TK. That was one of my friends. He's probably doing that to mess with me. I will say raiding is also a huge thing, though. Like if a big streamer raids you, like, holy crap, it can make a huge difference. Would be incredible for the stream if that were to happen. Alright. Maybe, because I'll probably be streaming for a little bit longer here, maybe like another half hour. Maybe once we're done here, I'll find someone to raid. We'll have our first raid. I doubt most people here will stick around, but why not? We'll find someone cool. You don't have to stay for too long, just tell them I sent you. Maybe they'll return the favor in the future. Alright. We need to add the wood here, actually. And actually, yeah, I think we are going to move this right here. Am I out of trapdoors? I am. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm just blind. This is looking really nice. I did not expect this to, like, end up looking this good, honestly. It's always nice when you're building something and it turns out looking way better than you imagined. Hey man, I know you want to stick around for the stream, but don't let me keep you up. If you gotta go to sleep, you can go to sleep. I appreciate you being here for as long as you have been. All right. Yeah, I really like this. All right. And then I'm thinking to top it off, right? Because I like how we have this like pillar in the middle with the lanterns. We also have these pillars, so why not add some more lanterns on the side here? Boom. That looks beautiful. I am stoked with how this turned out. Wow. This is so much better than I thought it would be. All Just admiring my work for a bit. Yep, brings it all together. Have I played Tears of the Kingdom? Yes, I have. So, I was extremely hyped for Tears of the Kingdom because I love Breath of the Wild. And I was like beyond hyped when Tears of the Kingdom was announced, and like especially when those trailers started rolling out. I genuinely think I don't think it was the first trailer. It was one of like the last. I think it was the last trailer that released for Tears of the Kingdom. That I genuinely think was one of the greatest trailers for just anything ever. Because I remember getting just so many goosebumps watching it. The music, the presentation, the hype, the fact that it had been so long since Breath of the Wild. Like I was, oh man, it was one of the most like exciting hype seasons I've been a part of. And then the game came out, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. But I will say it was a little disappointing for me. Yes, silly ass soundtrack. Let's change that. But it was a little disappointing, mainly because like it was really just Breath of the Wild again, just with a little more. Well, not a little. There was a lot more, but like I think it was an amazing game if you've never played Breath of the Wild. If you've never played Breath of the Wild, you might as well just play Tears of the Kingdom because you'll have a incredible experience, probably better experience than that of Breath of the Wild for the first time. But after playing Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom feels just like a rehash. Like you've already experienced most of the map. The new additions of the map are cool, but not as interesting as the base map, which you already know. The entire underground area is really just empty. Like it's cool to explore and you have that kind of drive to find all the lanterns, but there's not much to do down there. It's a lot of just the same stuff, just kind of running around trying to, fight the elevation, whatever. The Sky Islands were a lot smaller than I had hoped. The story was structurally the exact same as Breath of the Wild, and in terms of the actual writing was honestly worse in my opinion. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I wish were done differently. It's a great game, like absolutely. Spoilers, my bad. It's been a little bit. You've had time. Plus I'm not really spoiling much. But yeah, I mean, it was a little disappointing overall, I will say. I still enjoyed it though. I still think it's like definitely a top like 20 games of all time for me. Still like a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. Just coming off the back of Breath of the Wild, I don't think it was that great of a sequel. So, that's my take. I'm sure there's plenty of other video essays that people have made critiquing the game, kind of putting it in better words than I have. What if I had a gloom room? That would be cool. I just kind of went on a tangent there. But yeah. What if we did, because I have the mine over here, which I want to work on. What if we did like part of the mine like went off into another cave, and that whole cave was like infested with gloom? I think that'd be really cool. Something like that would be sick. I'm excited to work on this mine though. That'll be fun. Wait, I'm waiting. What's up? Yes, I wanted to make a quarry. What's your idea? Well, like make the quarry become like infected with gloom as you get deeper, because that's how it works in the game as well. That actually would be super cool. Okay, so here's my vision, right? The quarry, maybe like somewhere far off on the map. Maybe like over here. Somewhere over here in the like middle of this forest or something. We make like a big structure. Kind of like a with like some pillars or like a roof, maybe like a storehouse or something. And we have a giant quarry that has like a giant kind of staircase. Like basically as I carve out the ground, I can carve out a staircase that leads down so that I can just use the staircase to get down as I dig deeper. And maybe like along the walls in the staircase, as you get lower and lower and lower, I can add that like gloom infection. I think that'd look really cool. And obviously eventually we'd reach bedrock. And when we reach bedrock, it could just all be gloom everywhere. And from that bottom part, it can lead off into like other mines. So it would be a good way of being both a quarry, but also once it's actually finished, just a really cool build, being like one of those pits from Tears of the Kingdom. That'd be really cool, actually. I need glowstone. Yeah, there's a lot of red blocks now, thanks to the Nether update. So that'll be cool. Or, you know what, maybe it could be... I mean, it could act as a quarry while I build it, but once I'm done with it, it could just be a pit, right? It's a giant pit that leads down to the Nether portal. Like, it becomes more infested with gloom, and at the bottom is the Nether portal. Kind of fitting, right? You know, it's... the deeper you go, you kind of reach the underworld. That'd be cool. Like the portal to hell is only... you can only get there by going down this super dark pit. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Oh, whoops. I do want to make, yeah, a giant nether portal would look super cool. I want to make a, like an entire nether hub. Obviously that'll be really useful for when we, you know, make builds really far away. But I'm sure I can make that look really cool as well. Series, yeah. I mean, obviously it's gonna be something I stream a lot, but I wouldn't mind doing like, I guess, more episodes of just me playing and talking every once in a while, and I'll like edit it down into like a digestible like 20-30 minute video. And maybe we could do that little, like a little series like that on the second channel. But yeah, I do think probably the best way and the most kind of streamlined way is just going to be through the VODs if people want to go back and watch them. Glowstone. Here's the thing though, so right, I don't know if any of you guys have checked out the VODs channel yet. I haven't really announced it in the Discord or anything yet. I'm planning on it, but the 3 VODs that I have posted right now are the Skyrim streams. They're like Skyrim 1, 2, 3. That's what kind of like what I titled them. But I'm curious because I want to put them all in like a playlist, right? For like people who want to go back and just watch the whole Skyrim playthrough. It'll be nice and easy. And it's all right there on the VODs channel. But the problem is, what happens if I end up doing a stream where, say, we start with like Minecraft and then play Skyrim? Obviously, I just post the whole VOD because that's what the VODs are supposed to be, just the entire stream. But would I be including that entire VOD in the Skyrim playlist as well? Because, yes, it has the Skyrim segment, but it might also have Minecraft in it. So I don't know how I should kind of deal with that. I should just leave it as is, not really worry about playlists like that, or maybe upload it in 2 separate videos. I don't know. Why is that block staying there? I don't like that. Ooh, that's right, I could timestamp. That's a good idea. Because it would be a lot of extra work on my end to have to split the video up in multiple. Because videos like that, like VODs that are several hours long, take forever to like export if I want to edit them at all. So even just a simple trim or cut to like split the video in 2 would take a long time. Not saying I couldn't do it, but I would. And plus, I like the idea of the integrity of the VOD being intact. I guess it just comes down to if I'm posting VODs as a part of a series, I'm just gonna try my best to just play that game during that stream. And if I want to do something else for another stream, just keep it to another stream. I don't know. But yeah, I do like the timestamp idea. That's probably something I would go with. Because one of these days, I'm probably going to be doing the Elden Ring boss tier list and then Skyrim in the same stream. So I'll probably end up doing that, the timestamp. $10-hour VODs? Jeez. Wait, I needed wood, not glowstone. What am I doing? Whatever. Change the song. Didn't even upload it? Damn. I do think it'd be cool to, for people that maybe want to watch the streams or like watching the VODs, but don't necessarily want to watch the whole thing. And I know a lot of other YouTubers do this, is just taking the VODs, right? And then trimming it down into like, 20, 30 minutes of just all like the highlights, and just taking that and uploading it as a video for like the second channel. I think that'd be something fun to do. And also just kind of some easy extra content to put out. All right, so we finished this room. Ember Shorts channel. I don't know if I'm gonna do shorts. I've been told it's a good idea, especially for gaining more traction, you know, with like TikToks and YouTube Shorts. Maybe I'll do it. It's just the content, at least with the video essays, that doesn't really. I feel like video essays as a short doesn't really work that well. Like I could take small clips from the video essay and do that. But yeah, I think doing that for streams would probably be better. If there's like a stream highlight that I can just take a clip from and put that on as a short, that'd be better. Well, this room's done and it looks great. Still need to work on the actual villager stalls, but as of the ceiling though, we're done with that. We've made some fantastic progress. Well, may have taken a little while, but I'm very happy with the design choices that I ended up with. Mini essay, yeah. I know, I think it'd be a cool idea to take like the intros of some of my video essays, and kind of make those into shorts. Because I think for a couple of the intros that I've done, that has like kind of the hook. And so making that into a short might make people want to actually go watch the whole thing. So that might be a good idea. Alright, well, I think I've done everything I want to for now. I know I said I was gonna go mining, but it's getting a little late. And I think it's probably about time for things to wind down. Yeah, the intros are usually the hooks. That is something I'll keep in mind. Maybe I'll do that. That's probably not a bad idea. But I definitely am a little more interested in doing like a highlight type video for the streams. That would be fun. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and call it for now, boys. I appreciate you guys hanging out, talking some Minecraft, talking some Pokemon, computer stuff. It's been fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the world's tour. Next time I do some Minecraft, we'll probably be working on the villa on the shore. I'm gonna need some more spruce wood for that though. But yeah. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Alright. Again, thanks for stopping by. You guys have a good night. I will see you in the next stream. Have a good night, boys.